Episode number 3 with Mr. G.
Yeah, man.
In the place to be. While as we rock steady.
Trash and cash, trash and cash. Trash and cash, trash and cash. Is the idea trash or is cash? Let us know. Yes, maybe so, or for sure, it's a no. Should we stop while we ahead and turn around or it's a go? Trash or is cash? Go ahead, submit your vote. Hey, yo, check dig, you're now tuned in to Trash or Cash Podcast. The show where the host will present a new idea and debate whether it's trash or cash. But the final decision is solely up to you, the audience.
All right, guys, welcome to the Trash or Cash Podcast, a show for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. All right, so the idea is simple. We talk about this all the time. It's a couple of entrepreneurs just getting together to pitch each other an idea that they think might be having the potential to be something as a successful business. A big idea, a little bit idea, something successful. But we don't ever know, right? Ideas are one thing, but reality is another. The market tells you what the market tells you, right? So we're going to share our wild ideas, and together we're going to try to figure out something. If it's a cash idea, I mean, it's going to put cash flow or some kind of cash in your pocket, or if it just should really just be trashed completely. So that's it. Who knows, right? One of these ideas might end up becoming the next unicorn. Maybe that's what we're going to find out today, right? Right, Gualter? Right, Gualter?
I'm ready to find out, Jason.
He's here from Gualter. Gualter right here. This is my guest today, Gualter Amarelo. Yes, it's Gualter with a G, not with a W. If you were French, it could be Gualter, but I don't know, right? It's what is it? Portuguese, right?
It's Portuguese.
Portuguese. Okay. So here's what you should know about Gualter. He has a whole crew that he created around real estate education called Alchemist Nation. It's on the shirt. If you can see it, if you can't see it, so what? Scratch and sniff the screen, you might get the effect. I don't know, but anyway, me and Gualter met about 3 years ago, I think, through Fred Pasimo.
We were in a mastermind.
We were in a mastermind.
Called Make Money, Have Fun.
Masterminds. So Alchemist Nation, he's on a mission to make 100 millionaires. I was a part of I still am a part of Alchemist Nation, but
donated courses.
I taught the branding part of it because that was like the fun part for me. I do know real estate. I come from that world. But right now my business is Trashmitter, and you've also participated in that, which is awesome. I mean, you're about that trash and that cash, so this was meant to be, right?
We cleaned up that beach.
We cleaned up Gandy Beach. Big time.
All the beaches.
So I'm going to let you go. I want you to give the 2-minute highlight on who you are, what you do, and how their lives are going to be better with the Alchemist Nation. Go.
Yeah, cool. So first thing that you got wrong was I am not just an entrepreneur.
Cut. No,
I am a multi-millionaire. So when we're reviewing deals, I'm looking at it as an investor. I'm looking at it as somebody who has net worth, who's invested in other people's deals, and who's had people invest in my deals. You know, in fact, you've been invested in one of my real estate deals.
That's right. I got a return even.
Yeah, 20% annual return. We're cutting you another check this week.
Why you didn't bring it with you? You was already here.
It's literally the closing is today.
Oh yeah, so, Cash App baby, right now.
So I'm known for retiring at 30, and then I was a millionaire by 32, a multimillionaire by 34, and at 37 now I build millionaires. And you mentioned 100 millionaires. That was my own personal goal, but then I met Vinny Chopra, a billionaire who now is a friend of mine and friend of yours, hangs out with me every Thursday, and he's like, we got to build 1 million millionaires. And at first, about a year ago, I said, no, I'm going to focus on 100, and then I'll get to that later. And it's been a year, and he's really just started to tap into my mindset. And so now we're going after 1 million millionaires, which is why we're scaling everything up. And you see our activity is just nuts now. So we're up to 40 locations. By the end of the year, we should be at 100 locations. And then next year, we want to be at 300 locations. So we just keep expanding.
That's what the meetups are, right? That's the locations you mean? Okay, got it. So I've experienced that, and it's definitely a big old network across the nation. So, yeah.
You're the king of networking, man. You're at all the events. Sometimes I wonder.
I'm more like the clown prince, maybe, of networking.
The big thing in Tampa is like, will Jason not be there? That's like the question. It's like, will he not be there?
With a couple dollars, I'll always be there, right? You just have to wiggle that cash and not the trash, right? So,
you gotta tell me what these panels are about, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to use them.
So we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it's cool.
I sent trash to somebody once because of you. I literally sent trash to a friend's house.
Shit. We got to talk about that.
I sent trash to Gordon Verdecki.
Yeah. Wait, the gift of garbage.
Yeah, you texted me. You're like, hey, man, you want to send somebody a gift of garbage?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I was like, dude, what the hell is this?
See, that's what happens when you're an
Can
entrepreneur.
I swear? Because I don't want to say,
Nah,
what the hell?
It is what it is. We're a podcast. I mean, this is not on the Disney Channel yet. It might be on Roku. Who knows where it's gonna end up? But like, that's what editing's for. You can just bleep it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Every other word's gonna be a
bleep.
now on.
Yeah, we can just bleep right now, live. Right. All right. So we know each other already. We're already comfortable with each other. We've done plenty of stuff together. As everybody just put my underwear out there. Money and all that. No, that's cool.
I got Jay's money. I paid Jay money. It's been good.
And there's no, and we can stop the podcast right there. Just lend us due money, you get it back. Nah.
That's it. All right.
But for the people who don't know you,
yeah.
And by the way, if you could see this, I wore this particular shirt for G with a Gualter because we don't hear enough. So I'm Godzilla, he's Gualter. So if you were watching this instead of hearing it, and that's just the extra behind the scenes stuff that you would get if you was watching this on YouTube instead. All right, so there's 3 questions.
I love how you just stuck that in there. Click the subscribe button now.
Yeah, click and subscribe. All right, so for people who don't know you, and for me to even get to know you a little bit better, because yes, we know each other, but I always like to ask these 3 questions of people, kind of to get their mindset. People get a good idea who you are and what you really care about and where you're headed in life. And you gave us a good amount of that, but I'm sure we'll hear this again. But are you ready for these 3 questions?
I have no idea, but yeah, I don't change my mind, so let's go.
All right. What are you most proud of?
Most proud of? Mm-hmm. Man, you had to ask that one. Threesome. So to be perfectly honest, it still hits me as my greatest moment in life. But if I were to say professionally, I've built 24 millionaires in the last 3 years, and I've changed 24 people's lives in a way that nobody else can ever say they've done that for those people. So if I were to say impact-wise, that's the coolest thing I've ever done.
Nice. And that's great because 24 is not as vague as numbers. I want to change people's lives. I want to change millions of people's lives. If you don't know their names, how important was it really to you? Like, you know their names.
I know every one of these people. I know their children. I know their families. I know their background. I know their financial blueprint. I know how much they didn't make, how much they did make. Like, yeah, these are tight relationships.
What are you most excited about right now?
Market crash. So to be perfectly honest, that gets me jazzed because we're going towards a exciting time on the market. Everybody's all fucked up.
Just get a chubby.
Yeah. Bro, I looked it up today. April 25th, the Fed went and updated the charts for real estate housing prices. And for the last 2 years, since 2020, it's been going like this, up to the right. And I looked today, and it was updated 10 days ago. And Q1 of 2023 finally took a little peak. We got a shot down, which means housing prices have dropped about 10% in one quarter, which means, you know what's coming after that is if, like right now we're in Q2, we don't know what Q2 is going to show until it finishes. But it's possible we either have a leveling off or we have a continuation, which means we're still in euphoria, but we're sliding into denial.
So what does that mean to the random person out there who might not be this deep into real estate? Like, give it to them in like the excitement and like a tagline. Like, what's next for what is it that they got to look forward to like in the next year?
We're going to buy real estate really cheap, and we're going to get really rich. More millionaires are built in a recession than any other time in the economy. So, and real estate builds more millionaires than any other asset class. So, if you see real estate going down, buy low, sell high. The math is simple. Every idiot knows that you buy low, sell high. Well, when real estate's going down, why does everybody get afraid? Because they're idiots. So, what we do as investors, we get excited when there's blood in the streets, right? Like Warren Buffett says, we're grabbing property.
Bro, can you stop touching me under the table? I feel you. I understand.
I just get so excited.
Did you keep your hands to yourself, man? Seriously.
I've been doing all this leg day, man. The leg just kicks out now.
All right, last serious kind of question. Yeah. What's your vision for the future?
When you say the future is in like what context?
The one you create, it could be the world, it could be your corner of the world. Like, if you might have a big endeavor, kind of like what I have. Vision can be bigger, it can be personal, or it can be global. What's your vision for the future?
So 3 years from now, I see Alchemist Nation in 300 major cities across the country. But more importantly, the impact that we're having is building not just millionaires, but financially free people who are doing it with a passion to help others. So every millionaire I've ever built, I told them, your commitment to me is you must go build 100 millionaires. It's great that I'm going to make you rich, I'm going to help you out, but here's the commitment you have to make is to go out when I'm done with you, you help others, pay it forward. I help you get yours, you help others get theirs. And everybody who's worked with me has made that same commitment. So it's not just building millionaires, we're building a virus. We're building a program that goes out and self-replicates and keeps building others, and it's creating this mindset of abundance in multiple different markets. So the more aggressive we are about our marketing, the more aggressive we are with relationships, the more impact we have in the country. And as a video gamer, I just keep thinking I'm leveling up. Like, we're getting to that next level.
You should probably be on Twitch playing the game and then just talking about real estate stuff.
Those kids are so much smarter than me. I did one episode. I did one episode on YouTube. Like, played StarCraft and talked real estate.
It didn't work. It didn't go over well.
It was it's my most viral video on YouTube. I just haven't done it again.
Man, that could have been in the trash or cash pile. I don't know. I mean, is it still performing then?
Still performing. Yeah, because StarCraft's one of those things.
You got to show me that.
It's an esports thing.
Yeah. All right, so you're going to get to the next part. This part is really simple. I'm going to hit you with a pitch, and I think you're going to dig this. Idea that I might have either with my business Trashmitter, and you've seen some of those because you've participated in those. So we're not going to talk about Trashmitter right now. We're going to talk about something I had down at another point in time. Like, I always got these ideas. They sit down on my phone, like not doing nothing. Yeah. And really, this is just my own personal exercise in getting these things out of my head and to see what people kind of think of them, because maybe they're like, just like Trashmitter, I expressed this idea to somebody and they actually became my partner in it. So it's like, this could happen again, right? So you might tell me something, I'm like, we're going to do that. I might tell you something, you're like, yeah, we're going to do that. And this might be it. But that's the whole purpose of this podcast, is just to chop up some ideas from two people, get our different angles on it. And then if it's trash, it's trash. If it's cash, it's cash. You just got to say why you think that. Okay. So I'm going first, and then you get to judge me. And then, you can write down some notes and some things, but
I've been watching BattleBots, so I know how the judges work, right? You send the two robots in there, they fight each other, and whatever wins.
We won't be fighting here, because it might be arms versus legs.
Yo, I'm here to make a lot of money, Jay. If you got something good, I'm in it.
All right, so this idea.
This has got to make sense.
This idea, you're going to like it. I think actually, probably could use it now. I call it note buffet, okay? Like buying notes.
Note buffet, okay. Yes. Like real estate notes?
Yes.
Okay.
So I thought, what if there was an app that there's notes for sale, and you can buy a piece of them, kind of like they already do in the market. So Note Buffet would raise millions of dollars and have it, and they get 33% of whatever note they buy, right? Performing, non-performing, okay?
33% no matter what?
Well, yeah, this is the breakdown, and I'm going to tell you why. The note buyer themselves, let's say, for example, it's a popular note buyer. Like, they find us notes to buy. So maybe they bring that to the table, and they get like a third cut of it. And then there's 34% that goes out to a crowdsourced buyer pool where they can buy a piece of this note. They need to buy it for the note, sit on it. They can buy it for the cash flow, or both, right?
Yep.
Now, because this is kind of like a game. It's like you just see it performing or not performing, and they get it performing. And with notes, it's kind of like if you get it performing, cash flow starts coming in. If you sell it, then everything comes back in.
Capital gain.
And the person on the other end, the fractional buyer, let's say, he can win alongside you for his fraction, because they don't know what you're making, or they just know they bought this piece and this is what their return is getting. Right. And then it could either get sold, and they can keep the proceeds in the app and roll it back into another one, or they could get cashed out or whatever. But basically, like I said, Note Buffet, you can kind of come in and put these little amounts of money down to a bigger note, and you can either buy payments if that's what you want, or you can buy equity, equity in a note, or you roll your dice, and each one obviously has a different kind of risk profile.
Right.
But you deal with the regular note buyers, and this is a way for like a regular investor to get into note buying, and the beauty of like just buying for a cash flow, or buying for equity, or wanting to actually own the note. Maybe you could just say, I want to own that note, and you could buy it and own it all yourself. But you have all these options, kind of like like a Robinhood app or something like that, and it's just off of notes. Yeah, and that's why I call it Note Buffet. So ideally, like, you could probably start this with 10 million, and then basically people with self-directed IRAs, because there's such a pain in the ass to deal with, right? Camera Plan's not so bad. Equity Trust is a hard show.
New View is pretty good right now.
I don't know who what's his name? The lawyer, the guy's Mark Kohler and his partner Sorensen. Yep. There you go. Theirs is supposed to be good, but like taking that, and instead of having all this IRA crap in the background that you got to go through, like just basically Note Buffet would take it all in, do the paperwork, yada yada yada. And all these self-directed IRAs could be used that way. So you're not always at like they're not just sitting there, untouched anymore because they don't have the right deal. They could actually be used specifically for that. So on its surface, without going too deep into the details, what do you think of that idea? Is it a trash idea or a cash idea?
Let me ask some qualifying questions.
Damn your questions. This ain't about your questions.
Let me ask. Has it been done before? Is there competition in the marketplace?
I learned about that, like taking a note and then chopping it into all these little pieces where, like, I own the note, but I'm going to just sell the payments of like the 10 years of payments. I'm going to sell you 10 years of payments. Yep. Still my note, you get 10 years of payments. Because why? I want cash now. I need cash to go do whatever I got to do. Okay. So I know people who do this. That's how they make their money, by chopping up these notes and kind of like selling pieces of it, payments and all that, because they want cash now. So nothing on scale. What's his name? Danny Van Horn. Like, them guys, they do versions of this too, but, because it's a bigger company. And I don't know all the rules around it, but if a guy like that or a personal guy, two guys can do it like that, I can't imagine how it couldn't be with certain qualification process. I don't know if they need to be certified investors or not, but for small amounts of money, buying this fractional note, kind of like you would buy a timeshare or a piece of something. It's almost like stocks, but not really. But if you think of it like that, it's almost like that, like a note, a piece of a note.
I'm touching my paddles. Can I use a paddle?
You ready? You ready to trash or cash it?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Bitch, don't play.
Bro.
It's trash. Okay, trash. You gotta say why.
It's not the idea. It's you don't have the entrepreneur, right? You don't have the person who I believe in, right? Like if you told me like this person is good at marketing, and this person get this idea out there, and it's so unique and so different and so valuable. Like there's this juicy demand in the marketplace. It's like begging for this. Then I would jump in it.
I got it. So,
but knowing
you're trashing the idea without the driver.
I'm missing the driver. So the idea itself.
No, that's what I wanted to hear, because here's the thing. I know it's a good idea. I'm not the one to do it.
And I don't know if this is the time in the market to hit it. Right? If I think about a recession, like marketing a real estate product right now in a recession in the next 2 years is going to be a pain in the ass. But if this thing takes 4 years to develop, and that's the process going to take 4 years to develop, then cool. Because I think 4 years from now, the market's going to be more receptive.
Well, for me, like the appeal was, we're investors, right? But it's like, okay, I just want to be the bank.
Yeah,
right? Well, what's better
I
than
like
the bank?
that.
I just want to have the paper, right? Because it's low load, right? So for me, it was like when I did the deal with you, it was like, don't tell me nothing. Just give me a return, bro.
Just give me
a report every once in a blue moon. I don't want to hear about the daily activities. Do your thing. That's what you're here to do. So to me, it was a version of that.
If I can twist this and you tell me we're just getting into lending, I'm in.
Well, that's the thing. Somebody needs to be the buyer of the notes.
Yeah.
And it has to be it has to be an experienced buyer. In other words, when I mentioned like somebody like Dave Van Horn, it's like he's experienced. So I'd be like that, and that's why I broke it down. It's like, all right, who's the experienced guy who can buy these at a good price? He gets a piece of the note for just being the buyer. So that's his incentive to get us good stuff.
Yeah.
So he stocks it. He's the director. He's the behind the scenes guy. The company itself just raising the 10 million or the millions of dollars to buy it. So there's one guy who's doing the picks of the notes. He's already experienced. He's been doing it for years. Another, the app or the business itself, all they're doing is just getting money, like getting investors. Yeah. We need a pool so we can buy these notes. And then the third, the little guy, the guy who's investing, there's 34% of the pool that goes to him, and they're going to get a return on their little piece.
You had me interested at 33%. To be perfectly honest, as soon as you said that, I was like, it doesn't matter what it is, right?
I mean, that's just rough numbers.
As we kept going, I'm interested if you can show me the players. Like, I'm very interested if you can show me the person who's going to run it, right, the CEO, and if you can show me the marketing strategy like that, and then if you can show me the devs, like the development team who's going to put this together and show me what they've done before, then I'm very interested.
Well, fintech, you could throw a rock and hit somebody who can get the fintech going. It's really the driver CEO, and the marketing. I mean, I would copy everything that Robinhood did or anybody else does to get this idea of like a return. It can be expensive, but we're marketers here, so if you put me on that, I get people in there. There's, I got people. We got sending trash, paying to send trash to other people. So I can dial that. I can dial that in. I got people buying trash from me to send to other people.
I paid you to send trash to Gordon. I don't know what you sent him, but But it made me feel like a real friend because he lives in Pennsylvania. I live in Florida. So like being able to send trash to his house made me feel like
it was a bonding moment.
like bonded.
Especially it was like your bench press is trash. That's what he got. He's
Yo,
like,
I just like
"Who
was
the
like
hell
texting
sent
him
me
like, hey,
this?"
did you get that message from me? Did you get that gift? Like,
and it's like bag alert.
but the crazy thing is like I've never met Gordon in person, so like we just know him from I know him from the mastermind, and that just like thank you so much for that moment.
I want to create more of those moments. Right now, this is a trash idea with a caveat, and it's really the people behind it, and that's fair. So I'll take the trash on that. Although, like I said, I think it's cash. That's my opinion.
I like
somebody
the
out there is
concept.
going to say somebody out there is going to deconstruct this and be like, "Yo, move this around to here, here, and here. Change up that little breakdown, and I got it." Like, hopefully they do.
I like the concept because of the 33% return on investment. I just don't know if that's real. Like we've got to go fundamentally and like.
Well, I meant
verify
33, not return, but more like they own 33%.
All I heard was 33 return.
I know.
I'm like ROI. That must be ROI. I wrote it down. It says ROI.
I might have phrased that wrong. That's why it's trash because I shouldn't be talking that kind of stuff.
Put it right there.
All right. Your turn, and I promise I'm not going to get revenge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So I get to come up with anything I want.
You give me an idea. I get to tell you if it's cash trash. Yep.
All right. So I thought about this this week. What would I invest in if there was something that was going to change the world and I'd put my money behind it, but I don't have time to do it? And it was a app that would dive into a person's mindset based on a form of AI, almost like Siri, almost like pseudo ChatGPT, but just said, "Good morning. What are your goals today?" Like, and then restated the goals from yesterday and be like, "What have you done?" And then you just fucking input that shit. Like, I did this, I do that. And then it hits you with like, is there anything else? What about, and it hits you with a goal from like a month ago, like where are you at with this? And just kind of keeps you going on track. Because the problem with most people, right, to become a millionaire is they need knowledge, network, and accountability. So the app has all the knowledge. We know that. And the network, that part is almost not necessary if your app knows how to contact your phone. Like if you dial everybody into your phone, like when you meet somebody, it's like the app asks you like, who is this? Like, what are their professional abilities? What are their skills? What are their knowledge? And then it says, okay, call that person, right? Imagine that accountability is in there. So it's like a coach / personal assistant that could be built now, but could not have been built 6 months ago. Right now, because of the development in AI, this thing could literally make a person wealthy, lose weight, get their romantic life together, study for tests, pass their whatever they're doing in school, become a doctor. Like it can just hold a person accountable to be the person that they want to be 5 years from now. Because we know what it is. Willpower is not a will call. It's never there when you need it, right? You wanna go do a thing, you say, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow shows up and you don't get it done. But the environment is more powerful than willpower. So if your phone's in there saying, hey homie, like, heads up, like you and I had a conversation yesterday. You said you want to get this done. Just verifying how you feeling today. So like coach in a box, coach in your phone. Now, how do we monetize, right? Because as a good investor, you're thinking, where's the money, man?
That's what I wrote down here. Where is it?
Jay, it's in the list. We make the app free, but every person who signs up is giving us their data, giving us their emotional intelligence. They're giving us their financial situation, their goals. If you know a person's goals, you own their soul. So if you know what they want, you can sell them anything. So imagine this. Facebook, how does it monetize? By figuring out what we want. They had all those quizzes for a while. Remember all the surveys? They're still checking out what people are typing, what people are liking, and they're putting things in front of you. It's the same thing, except now it's auditory. It's saying, hey, by the way, you said you wanted this. I found a place for you on Amazon that's got that protein shake, that's got all the stuff you were looking for. I did some research, and there's a coach in your market which actually fits your financial budget that you can go talk to. There's a plumber down the street, right? You said you need to fix that link in your house. There's a plumber down the street right now who happens to be a sponsor on our platform. You want me to call him? The monetization is insane. Financial institutions just checking in with people. Like, you got to be careful with privacy, right? But right now, it's not regulated.
All right, what do you call this thing?
Man, shoot. Let's call it Your Better You, or the Tomorrow Me. Nah, it's gotta have a silly name, man. It's gotta be something like Siri, right?
Better than
Better than.
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Better than.
Better than you, bro. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Better than I was yesterday. Better than where I was before. That's not bad.
Jay, you know
Yesterday
what?
it
I'm
runs.
gonna build it anyway. So
All right, so then I'm gonna call it trash just to disappoint you, even though you're gonna be contrary. I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
Cause all right, so it's somewhere between these two.
You gotta be decisive and
The
pick one.
All right,
Pick
well,
one.
no, I'm gonna say trash, and it's only because
Because I trashed yours.
no, because there's so many of these out there right now, and I'm unclear. All right, so here's kind of what I wrote down, like the how does it monetize part. The data, yes, the data's everywhere, and now with the AI, even more so. I mean, the other day I was thinking about something, and it popped up on my Facebook, and I don't know how the hell that happened, but I was like, yo, I was just thinking about this. So I don't know what it was happening, but everything is about, the core three for any of this stuff is health, wealth, and relationships.
Yep.
So if this takes you through all three and then kind of, like you said, guides you, I could see it. The only, and playing devil's advocate here is, like, when you give a lot of free content on YouTube and then you start charging and everybody starts bitching and they're like, you're betraying us. You used to be free.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you become their friend without that betrayal of asking for money? And that's just the part that is kind of like, that's the stumble.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and in these businesses, if you can get the first dollar, then that's the thing. So where it could become cash is like almost like a Groupon coupon kind of app. It can make these suggestions, but then it's finding you deals on them too. So now it feels more like your friend. Like, yo, I heard about this. They're running a special over there. And so like it does the extra step of like referral. Like as I said, better than. You're just better off than you were the next day. Hey, you still on your diet. I see you're losing them pounds. Listen, they got a special on Fresh Kitchen. You can go and because you've been on this journey, they're incentivizing people that have hit these goals, and you can go over there and get a half off of a Fresh Kitchen deal. Like that feels friendly. That feels like, oh, he's not trying to get me because Fresh Kitchen is normally, my normal thing's $12. Now I got a $6 deal. Now I'm loving it because it's helping me and getting me deals, not just say, oh, you should spend on this coach or you should buy this weight loss program or something like that. It's like, no, you get to choose, but I'm gonna throw all this stuff in front of you so you know like where, like, hey, I'm trying to keep you in your wealth too, right? You got this budget, so here's a couple of healthy deals keeping you on track, and you get some extra bonus points. That's where it becomes cash.
I like it. You know what? I think I missed one of the points that I needed in the presentation.
You cannot go back. No, go
That's the guy. That's the face of the company right there.
Roscoe.
Roscoe it's Roscoe. That's the name of the app. He's the one who comes up and he's like, look, your life is trash.
Yes.
And you got to get your shit together, get your fat ass out of bed and get to the gym.
Trash or cash, the journey.
You know what? Screw the positive thinking app. It's got to be Roscoe. He's going to talk shit to you to get success.
Make it work. I
feel better about.
He's his own guy. He's meant to be everybody's DJ.
Hell yeah.
He ain't just supposed to be working for me. He gotta he gotta pay rent too. So
and you're right. We're gonna solve the monetization. People are gonna charge. They're gonna spend $100 to get Roscoe to talk shit to them all day long.
Listen, that's the trash part, right?
For real.
Yeah.
I went the wrong route with this. We should have just gone aggressive and been like, Roscoe is gonna talk shit. You're gonna get better.
Listen,
Done.
when Roscoe, if you're, this is all very new. Roscoe ain't talking right now.
I'm gonna need you to sign an
NDA got a
NDA on
sore
this.
throat. He got a sore throat. But when he's ready to talk trash, you would definitely hear it. All right, so we're at our time. We're getting there. Before we wrap this up, I want to ask you if you have any books, podcasts, resources you want to share for the budding millionaire or just somebody who you want to get them into their, health, wealth, or relationship. What do you got?
Yeah, without being self-serving, I would say Alchemist Nation has 35 free courses for real estate investors. Go to alchemistnation.com, register. What Builds Millionaires is local events. So we're building local events in a market near you. You can go to Alchemist Nation and find out. As far as books, though, my favorite book is The One Thing by Gary Keller. It is what I built a lot of my business on. And then more importantly, more recently, as we're developing our teams and developing leaders, the book Dream Manager has been really pivotal for us. We started just realizing, like, how do you keep people with you for 6 years? Like, that's the question that we started asking is, like, how do you keep a person in your company for 6 years or more? And the Dream Manager became kind of the answer to that whole question.
Okay, so I got one for you.
I'm
Because
ready,
you just
man.
hit me with you brought this app idea. So this is one of my favorite books, especially if you're anybody out there trying to make an app, because it takes you through psychology and what you should really think about when you're making any kind of app, because you think it's cool in your head, but nobody cares about you.
Truth.
They care about how your app makes them feel. They care about what it makes them look like to their friends.
Yep.
Nobody's been
Social
like, ooh,
proof.
look at this app. They're like, ooh, look at these pictures that I made with this app that look really cool. And then that person looks like it. So the name of the book is called Badass, Making Users Awesome by Kathy Sierra. I urge anybody trying to get into any kind of app building to look at that, because that will take you through the psychology of anybody, like your user journey, and how it is not about your app. It is about how your app makes them look. They got to look like the superhero. It's about their story. You're just there. You're like their, if they're Batman, you might be Robin, or you might just be the Batmobile. You're Batman's Batmobile in this thing. You're not Robin even. You're not, that's what you got to think when you make these things. And that's what's going to get people hooked on them and get them sticky, is because how it makes them using it. And this goes for pretty much any technology, including AI right now, because everybody's a genius of AI, but it's not them, it's the AI doing it, but they're the one talking about it. So let me talk to that guy, because the AI ain't going to tell me itself, because I don't know how to ask the right questions. So Badass, Making Users Awesome by Kathy Sierra. That's the one I would suggest for you. You should get that. It's a good read too.
Have you read it?
Hell yeah, I read it like 2 times, and I got
just checking.
I got it bookmarked.
Oh, this guy gave me a book, so
Bro,
I'm giving you a book.
do I gotta show you a picture of it?
Have you read it?
Listen, all my suggestions come from my bookshelf right now.
All right,
so,
all right.
yeah.
I seen your bookshelf. It's got
or
coloring
Audible.
books up there. You got some of the kids.
Audible
stuff.
too. So
I
also,
know you're a reader.
I wanted to, special shout out to this building we're in, because you've been in it before.
Go
in
Lab.
fact,
Yep.
I don't think you
I was
brought
here
me
before Brandon bought it.
Yeah, but the point is, it's been developing over 2 years.
Yeah,
and
they've come a long way.
yeah, now it was New Wealth. Now it's Real Freedom Collab.
Yep.
Space created by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs in the real estate, crypto, tech space.
Yep.
And it's really great because look, we got to use this podcast, we got these meeting rooms, we got this place over there where we do meetups, and it's just a great place for activity, not like a WeWork where it's just random people that might rub shoulders here and while. People come here and they sit there and they kick ideas around and they actually implement them. So anybody listening to this in the Tampa area, if you want to tap into what we got going on here, you can go to trashorcashpodcast.com once it's up and find the Real Freedom Club button, or you could just go to realfreedomclub.com and you can find out more about the collab. Or you could just hit me up on the socials, Jason Centeno, the Dad Next Door on IG, YT, FB, all that. Or Trash Mitter, my business. And Gualter, before I forget, because I want you to let people know how they can find you. Tell us where people can connect with you, Alchemist Nation, and maybe get some of that free real estate game. And if you're addicted to Zoom, you definitely want to be part of the Alchemist Nation, because I swear to God, they do like 12 a day. They should have stock in that thing, bro. So, yeah, go ahead. Dude, let the people know how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, so you can get me on Facebook. Don't send me a message. Just make a comment. I just don't respond to the messages anymore. Like if somebody responds to you on my message on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, any of those socials, like it is not actually me. It is one of my assistants. They represent me. But if you post something on the comments, I always respond to that. Like that's still legitimate me. So, but I would say go to Alchemist Nation and we'll respond right in there too. And get all the resources. I'm easy to find on there. Obviously, that's my baby, so I spend more time like mentoring people on the platform there. But don't miss out on an opportunity to connect with somebody. I think that's something that's missing in society right now, and that's what makes somebody broke is a lack of relationships. So don't connect with me, but go and find somebody to connect with, and Alchemist Nation is a good place to do that. Yeah, so if I can give some advice on people who are broke as fuck, like how to not be broke, connect with people.
Speak in that general direction in that corner, because that's BAF right now. Look at him. He's texting. You don't even know.
Yeah, so if you want me to speak to your son now, right? Is that what that is? I'm talking right to you, sir.
No, you're going to have to play the replay on that. You can get that message later, homie.
All right. So if you want to not be broke, though, like this is all seriousness, you have to not talk to yourself. You have to get out of your own head, get out of your own life, and go and get involved in somebody else's, and be very, very careful with the people you spend your time with, because most people are broke, and you won't be able to see that until you spend some time with them, and you got to be able to disconnect from those people immediately. But if you want to be rich, seek out intentionally, go find the motherfuckers who are obviously rich, and then find a way to get into their relationships, find a way to get into their connection, their circles, and spend more time with those people. Now, if you find them doing immoral things, illegal things, or unethical things, cut yourself off and go find the next rich person. Rich people do not get there from being good or from being evil. Rich people get there from doing what makes a person rich, following rich principles. If you want to live a good life, you need to find both rich friends and moral friends, people who do the right thing. They're not always the same.
Got it? Cool. That's
Caden, I'm just saying.
That's some real game right there.
I could be a dad.
Well, start small. Get a dog. All right. So, guys, if you like this show and you want to hear more trash or cash talk, maybe even pitch your idea to us at some point, make sure you subscribe to the pod on Spotify and YouTube and connect with us at trashorcashpodcast.com. And if you're in Tampa, definitely welcome to come and get trashy with us on any given day when we're doing one of our events, and we do them pretty often here at the Real Freedom Collab. So that's it for me. Gualter, you want to take them out with you got a catchphrase you want to share? I got one too, but you do yours.
Yeah, don't get a dog, get a girlfriend, get her pregnant, marry her, build a business.
That is not a catchphrase.
Just following Elon Musk here. Like we're underpopulated, go get it done. When you have a choice, always work with the best.
Yeah, see, you could have just said that. Always work with the best, yeah.
This mission will not self-destruct, but your business might if you don't take action.
Oh, my God. Peace, trash, and cash, and we out.
Well, that concludes this episode of Trash or Cash. Make sure you follow on all socials at Trashmitter. That's TrashMitter. And keep up with all episodes at trashorcashpodcast.com.